Welcome back to Endzone 2. This game released in early access last year and at the beginning didn't have the best reception. But since then, there's been quite a lot of updates and honestly I think the game is great now. That's why I'm showing it to you today. We have started already yesterday with the first episode that focused on the tutorial, particularly on the city building aspect. We built a small settlement over here. We have a couple of tents and we have basic productions of water, food, wood, scraps, plastic, tools, cloth, coal, and last but not least, the activated carbon mask, which is the first level of protection against radiation. We did have also a first radiation event, up to 11% of the soil radioactivity, but so far my people are protected. And now we move into the second part of the game, which is we're going to use our Pathfinder over here. And this enables, with this vehicle or others vehicle in the future we'll have others, it enables us to go, on the wasteland over here where there's a lot of ruins. You can see these ruins there. We're going to find resources, we're going to find tools, and we're going to be able to do expeditions. It's really a bit like the expedition in Anno if you want, but you're controlling them really from start to finish. This will give us also some points.
Engine running.
Some points, but first, before getting some knowledge points, let me show you that these guys like this, these are just ruins where you can loot them. You can see there's some resources. Let's take the tools. Let's leave the wood for now. We can also go to the next one and find, some scraps, some plastic, some tools. Okay, good.
All clear.
But the one you really want to go to are these ones over here that don't have this loot and instead have the expedition. Right? It says start expedition, because when that happens, your explorer comes out of the vehicle.
Of scrap on these grounds. If we open the entrance, our vehicles can transport the scrap home from here. Those supplies will keep us stocked for generations.
Okay, that sounds good. But these are a bit like puzzles where you're gonna need some tools, you're gonna need to be smart. Like there's a gate here, but obviously the gate is closed. We can't go there. We're gonna need to go on the side there. There's a ladder. And you can press, by the way, it's when you press space that you're able to see all of these kind of points of interest, if you wish. Now we see there is an air conditioner, so let's go.
The gate control unit on this side is broken. There's an intact control unit in the other hall that we could use to open the gates.
Yeah, so this one is broken.
I'm in. The gate control unit on this side is broken. There's an intact control unit in the other hall that we could use to open the gates.
But this one here is not broken. We're gonna want to go there. Now there's a couple of things we can see. A delivery truck.
I'll take a look.
Some resources. There's an axe. That's our first tool.
There's an axe here. Maybe we can still put it to good use.
You can see it is a different color, right? Because again, this is a tool instead of resources. And we see there's a door. So obviously we can use the axe.
We won't get the door open with bare hands. We'll have to force it open.
Done. So yeah, we forced it open. Now we can see there's a control panel there, there's cable, blowtorch. But if we try the control panel...
This control unit needs power in order to work.
And it says it needs a generator. In the future, it is possible that it needs something that is not available on this expedition and available in another one. But given that this one is, for the tutorial, actually it is available. It is hidden over there. So we're basically gonna go up there. We're going to go through there and just get this generator. Success.
Here's an old generator. We can still use it.
Then we'll go back inside. Right, and we can go. There's also a blowtorch there. Get it while we are here.
I'll handle it. This blowtorch is still in good condition and even has enough fuel in it. This control unit needs power in order. The generator's running and supplying electricity. That's interesting.
All of these, take everything. There's no reason to leave anything.
On the road.
On top of, helping you with resource, it increases your knowledge points. You start getting knowledge points, so that's great.
I'm in. We did it. The entrances are open. Now our vehicles can come here and load up the scrap. Maybe we'll find something else on the grounds besides scrap too. We'd better take this along with us again. On the move.
So yeah, I took the, the generator because now that it's open, don't really need to leave it there. I'm sure it will be useful in another place. Some more resources there, and yeah, the door is open now, so we're gonna be able to take that to use this. We have gotten 1 research point, and we can see our progress is at 75%, which means there is still some resources here. So let's continue going forward and gather those resources as much as we can. Some gloves, that is great for level 2 protection. Some plastic. What else? Is that the end? Yeah, 100% done. So now we can click on exiting. And we can choose what resources we want to take with us. All right. So the tools for sure but also the other resources. As long as we're in space, you know, why not?
Our explorers have extensively explored this ruin and consequently received one knowledge point. We can use that point to advance further at one of the research branches.
All clear.
So yeah, we got the resources and we got also a research point. So we're gonna go back to the base to do two things. We are going to go first over here to deliver, you know, those things. Okay, this is full, it's fine. This is scrap. So we delivered what we could. We're gonna keep the tools because they could be useful, you know, in the future. And we're going to do the knowledge.
Can be used to research new technologies. In order to research the clay pit, you'll need to use knowledge points in the economy branch.
So it is. We're gonna click on the research, and we can see we have the economy, the ecology, and society. Right? We can use some of these. We're gonna say, yeah, let's use one to unlock those two things, unlock clay pits and brickwork. So let's get started. Now it costs us some resources, some time, but we have all of this, so not a problem. I just spent some scrap, so let's use that to deliver it. And this was, by the way,
Gate is
only...
open. We can now start removing the scrap with our vehicles bit by bit.
Yeah. This was, you know, one of the research points. We do still have another one. You can see with that we could unlock ecology over here, we can unlock society, a couple of things, and in the future we're gonna need more and more points, and you can see quite a few research, right? So that's great. And this one is going, it's gonna take, as I said, a bit of time. And in the meantime, you know, make sure that your society is still going strong, you don't have a problem, and you know, you can send your vehicles to go do something else, right? We can go and find another, you know, ruins. There's some things there, nothing I really need. Let's see, here is an expedition. Here we have some resources. No, sorry, this is an industrial place, but I don't think we can do it. No, we can. So we can check it. Again, no guarantee that...
These factory grounds are less damaged than the rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here.
Yeah, so no guarantee that we can get in and find everything, but we can try.
I'll do it.
Right? And try to find a couple of things. I see a plank there.
These long planks are still very sturdy. We can surely make use of them.
We definitely want to... Oh, there's another axe there, by the way. That's good for the future. I see some cables. But yeah, I think we want to get in soon. Let's take the barrel. Yeah, okay. So
From
here,
maybe we can get to the other side somehow.
Yeah, we put the wood. So let's go. Nice. I can take it
We'd
with
better
me.
take this along with us again.
And
On the
then
road.
go up. There's a crate. Okay. What do we have inside? A shell. And a safe.
The safe is secured with a code. Hopefully we'll find the right numbers right around here somewhere.
Yeah, so we need to find, you know, that code. Now, I didn't see a door. Can I go over there? Let's check on this side if there's anything.
On the move.
I don't see anything. So how do we get... There's a door there. How do we get into that? And I guess we need to find the combination of the safe, and maybe it's not exactly here, maybe it's somewhere else. But you know, again, this is to show you, you can go into other expeditions. I'd love a button that just tell me, take everything, by the way. Now we can leave one axe there, take the plank, and yeah, let's go back. How's our research doing? It is not finished yet. So we can continue, right, to check if there's anything else anywhere.
All clear.
Nothing interesting there. Oh, that's a different one. So let's start this expedition.
For the most part, the house is still intact. Maybe we'll get to the upper floor somehow.
I can go in there.
Let's do this.
There is a shell. Some food, okay.
Let's go.
Nothing else over here, I think.
Let's do this.
Need to get out. See if I can go in somewhere else.
I'll do it.
Maybe on this side.
On the road.
So yeah, you need to spend a bit of time, you know, looking for stuff. Oh, there is also an entrance on this side. Okay. Washing machine.
I'll take a look. In the washing machine's drum are still remnants of... Gee, I guess what were once clothes? No way we can wear them anymore. But it's amazing that after all these years, the scraps of cloth haven't lost their coloring. This wall doesn't look sturdy. With the right tool, we can tear it down.
Tear it down. Okay.
Let's do this.
So we got in. There's a shell there. Let's check it. Anything?
Let's go.
Why can't he go in? No.
Let's go.
Oh, that's the other side. Sorry, my bad. Let's go up.
I'm in.
Okay.
These documents are very instructive. Our experts at home can surely learn a thing or two from them.
I hope so. Another wall, and is there anything else? There's a door there.
Let's go.
Can we destroy it? No. But we can destroy the wall. So let's do
This
that.
wall doesn't look sturdy. With the right
Shall-
tool, we can tear it down. On the road.
Okay, there's another safe.
The safe is secured with a code. Hopefully, we'll find the right numbers right around here somewhere.
That's the second safe we find without numbers. Is it just me? Am I not paying attention to the right things? I think we should take a look if the codes are not written anywhere. So I don't see them on the outside, unless I'm really being blind for now. So let's go back inside
Let's go.
and do a quick check again if we don't see the numbers in big on the wall or something.
On the road.
Oops, where am I? Oh, here. My bad. What is it? 3, 4, 6, 8.
On the road.
3, 4, 6, 8. Let's go. Let's go, let's go. So that should have been the same for the other one, I
On the
guess.
road.
It's just me, I didn't pay attention. 3, 4, 6,
The
8.
safe is secured with a code. Hopefully, we'll find the right numbers right around here
6.
somewhere.
8. Okay.
These documents are very instructive.
Ooh, that
Our
looks...
experts at home can surely learn a thing or two from them.
What was that? Oh, we got the farm. We unlocked the farm. Okay. And we unlocked the vaccine. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. I don't know if we're gonna have enough space to take all of these. What? I don't need the wood. I probably don't really need scraps either, to be honest. Let's see. Yeah, we don't need the scrap. Let's take the iron instead. We can always come back for the other one in the future. And yeah, we've unlocked some knowledge, so that's great. And we can, while we're here,
Let's
just
go.
finish this one too. Let's finish, and it
Great.
is.
We can build clay pits with that. Our settlers will have to collect knowledge for further research in the future as well. Maybe now would be a good time to explore some more ruins. It's up to you.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Clay is mined in a clay pit, which has to be placed at a clay deposit. If there isn't a clay deposit in a particular zone, then you can't obtain any clay there.
That makes sense. But yes, we do have one. This is a big building, right? Feel like we're gonna put it over here. We can have a, you know, a clean road around on both sides. So that is the clay, right? It's gonna take a second to be built. While they do this, let's do two things. Let's do the research for brickworks. Oh no, it needs a bit of clay, sorry, my bad. Good thing is we have a lot more research points, and let's get one more over here.
These factory grounds are less damaged
here
than
it
the
is.
rest of the wastelands. Let's see what we can find here.
So 2046, right? That's the code.
I'll do it.
Oh, I forgot to deliver all of my... No, my bad. I have
From
resources
here,
on me.
maybe we can get to the other side somehow.
So 2046.
Let's go.
Let's go.
The safe is secured with a code. Hopefully we'll find the right numbers right around here somewhere. These documents are very instructive.
Ooh.
Our experts at home can surely learn a thing or two from them. Let's go.
So yeah, we got 25 copper and we got an upgraded farms. So that is great. Now let's take
We better
that
take this along with
before
us again.
leaving.
I'll handle it.
And let's go here. I don't really have space, except we can leave this, take that, and the expedition. And let's go back home, right? Because we've now done a nice research.
Let's go.
Why am I stuck? What's happening? Because I
Got
was
it.
paused. Anyway, so we're gonna go back home to deliver all of those things and see that this production is almost finished. Love it. So that we can move to the next stage. Big one. Done. So this cell, let's put
Awesome.
3.
Clay is the basis for a completely new building material. Don't forget that the clay pit benefits from a connection to a road and to depots in the vicinity.
Yeah, it has both the road and the depot, so all good there.
Now, the newly obtained clay has to be fired into bricks. This is done at the brickyard. It's best if you place it near the clay pit. By the way, we don't need a knowledge point to investigate the brickyard.
But we do need 10 clay. That's what I saw just before. We also need 25 coal and 10 tools, so make sure you have this. while this is happening, let's just deliver those things. Okay, a lot of advanced stuff, love it. And you can continue, you know, there's definitely still more to discover. I mean, yes, here there is water, so we're a bit stuck, but there are still many others. That one is finished, but any other expedition close by? There is another city there. Let's check on this side if we find anything. Okay. And in terms of loot, by the way, yeah, this is pretty standard thing. But here we have an expedition that we'll do in a sec. I just wanted to check if we have enough to start this research. No, not yet. I could decide to put the clay there to be able to see it. And so I see that we have 8, and then I can change it later. Oh, I see my gloves are... Oh no, they're using the gloves that I'm giving them. You shouldn't use them. There's no reason to use them. Because look at this. Now my protection is at 40. But I don't need a protection at 40 right now. Well, anyway, it's done. There's no more left. Okay, so we can do that one now. Research done. And while this is happening, right, let's do this new expedition. That's the title of the video, right?
Standing in this garage. We ought to take a closer look at it. The best would be if we try to lower the car lift somehow.
Okay, I do see a car there, so let's take those resources. And we need to get inside, pretty sure. There's not a lot of other things outside. So let's get inside. We have a crate here. Oh, there is a trash container outside, okay. Couple of things there.
The mattress hasn't been used for a while, but whoever fixed up their cars, this blowtorch is still in good condition and even has enough. The mattress hasn't been used for a while, but whoever fixed up their cars here lived here for a spell too. Sure is lonesome out here. We'll pack it.
But more importantly, we have a control panel there, right? And we have a generator,
this
so we're
control
good.
Unit, the generator's running and supplying electricity. I'll take a look.
And so now we can...
As long as the car lift is raised, we can't examine the vehicle.
Where is the car lifting? Because I've put the electricity on.
I'm in.
Or maybe I need to click on it again. Yeah, it is. We click on it again.
A fascinating construction. The buggy is just about fit to drive. With a few tricks, we'll get it up and running again.
So it is. We're gonna get a second car. That's great. That's great. We fully explored the place. We can take that out.
We'd better take this along with us again.
Yeah, there's basically nothing left. So we can now exit. And we're gonna say, you know, let's take all of this and the expedition.
This vehicle operating again. We can start producing this model in our mechanic shops now too.
So yeah, now we have 2 vehicles.
Let's go.
So first thing I'm gonna do there is, no, that's the wrong one. Okay. Where's the car?
All clear.
No, that was here. Yeah, that's what I meant. I wanted to take the blowtorch before leaving, and yeah, we can use this vehicle to do more expedition or to do some transport, right? That's what's gonna be interesting. While we're here, you know, let's check this. That's nothing. Here there was a axe. So let's take this axe. And actually there was also some of these. Let's take it all. Okay.
New instructions?
We're playing in speed 3, by the way, huh? If you don't remember. So that's why everything is going pretty fast.
All clear.
But yeah, that is good. Okay. And we can... Oh, wait. Did I go too far? Where am I?
Here. The road.
Okay, so go here. And now we can deliver whatever we feel should be delivered. And on this guy, you can exchange also those things. Yeah, we're full on those things, which makes sense. And actually, to be honest, you may want to get this car full of this stuff, ready for the future, ready for expansion.
All clear.
And it is. The research has been done. Perfect. So let's build this one here. It requires tools and clay. No, it requires coal, sorry, and clay. So I have both of those things pretty close. The problem is I don't want to put it too close to the houses. We're gonna put it on this side. Not great. And if I put it on this side, I have a couple of houses not happy there. So yeah, I think we're gonna put it here. It's fine. I still get at least the clay, the material deposit, and the rod. So it's better than nothing. But yeah, next time, you know, when we play in sandbox, we can definitely do it even better. Make sure to separate those things, even if obviously they do it on purpose, that you can't all get it.
The brickworks begins to work right away when coal and clay are made available to it.
Yeah, so it seems we're still making enough coal, so that's good. And yeah, we got 2 bonuses, so that's definitely better than nothing. Oh, actually, wait. Why do they tell us we get the clay also? Is that a bug? My clay is basically touching. I think that's why. As long as it's touching, we're fine.
The manufacturing of bricks requires a lot of workers, but bear in mind that, in addition to more water and food, more inhabitants also need more protective clothing. Creating a settlement is a complicated venture, isn't it?
Yeah, but also remember that you don't have to put the maximum
You're
number.
doing just fine. If I'm too fast for you or something goes wrong, then let me wait and take care of the survival of our settlement. Build, when necessary, new jetties, wells, fisheries, and so on to safeguard the supply situation.
Sure thing.
In addition to radiation, the health of a settlement can also become a problem. The more settlers, the faster a settlement's state of health can change. The first thing we should do is build a swamp farm for growing herbs.
Okay, boss.
Unfortunately, there's no swamp in this zone. We should send our Pathfinder out into the wasteland to discover new zones with more resources. There, we could establish a new settlement.
So it is. This is when we're gonna move into the third part of the game. Right? First, it was the city building in one small island like this, right? Then it was discovering the wasteland and the expeditions and the control points, as well as mines. Like this is basically a mine, right? It can give you 20 scraps or 60 scraps per minute to be more precise. But now we move to the third part, which is you need to start getting multiple islands, each with different capabilities. We have, for example, in the basic island over here, right? We have some wild animals, we have some restorable ruins, we have 3 fertile soil, and we have clay. The one we had discovered over here at the top, right? There was a bit of wild animal, but definitely less. There's also clay, and there is 2 swamp land, which is what, you know, they tell us we need now. Now, this is not the only one. I'm pretty sure there is another. Where is my Pathfinder? Where is the Pathfinder? Oh, it's here. Oh, my bad. So I'm pretty sure there is another one there, so let's check it out. And potentially, if the map hasn't changed, yeah, no, there was water over here and then a bridge somewhere over here, if I remember correctly. So let's see here. Oh, that is good.
Let's go.
But let's see if we find, here it is. We found another one. So this one has also 2 swampland and a clay, so it's pretty much the same size.
On the
And
road.
then I don't know if there's a third
The
one.
creation of a second settlement quite thoroughly. We should load the most important things into our Pathfinder.
On the road.
Yeah, so obviously, indeed, like she says, it's not like you can just go away
Let's go.
and create the settlement right away. I'm just checking here if there's not another one, if they changed, you know, the map. I don't think so.
All clear.
Just in case. No.
We
Yeah.
have found a new zone. Take a look at it when you get a chance. It might be worth it to build a new settlement on it.
Yeah, so we can
On the
choose.
road.
This one looks slightly bigger, but that one looks slightly closer. Depending also on which entrance we take. I feel like we don't want to maybe take that entrance.
Let's go.
So anyway, to be able, you know, to prepare, we're gonna need to load some things, right? Load food, wood, scraps, etc. into the Pathfinder. So it is, we put water, food, and basic resource, but that's not all. You also need to put some people.
We have everything necessary with us. Now we can set off to create a new settlement.
Hitting the road.
Oops. And by the way, I'm just gonna bring those resources back. Okay.
I'm at the wheel.
But yeah, let's bring the Pathfinder
Head off in search of a new zone you'd like to call.
Got it.
and go over here. And again, you can choose the other one, it's fine. But as
All
long as
clear.
there is a swamp, that's important for the development. So it is, we're gonna build a new city.
Now we need a place where we want to build our town center.
So as always, yes, you need to put a town center. Now you can see this is pretty small. We have some wood there, some water there. I think we're gonna try to be in range of everything. So I'm thinking, yeah, over here. Right. Actually, I'm thinking that's fine.
Your new settlement is still getting started. We ought to supply it with raw materials from the first zone until it can stand on its own 2 feet. You can create a transport route for the recurring transport of goods. If you assign the Pathfinder to the route, it will automatically transport resources back and forth between the destinations.
And here it is, ladies and gents. With that, we have a second settlement, a second city that we need to start developing. There's a few new adults, right? And those adults are gonna want food, they're gonna want water, etc. So you either need to be very quick, you know, to create that, or what you can do is establish a transport route. And we'll do both of those things in the next episode. Again, I'm trying to keep the first few episodes a bit short to focus on one thing at a time. The first one was the city building, the second more kind of the research and the expedition, and the third it will be linked to really creating a second one, having transport and a few other things. So I hope you're excited, smash that like button, and I hope to see you next time.